Welcome to Scorched Earth. And a general reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the month of September. I hope you're well. I'm using the Pagan Otherworlds tarot for you today. So let's get stuck straight in. I have 3 cards for Cancer, please. There's the first one. We have the Emperor in your recent past. That's Aries energy. I have current energy for Cancer, please. We have the Chariot and the Empress, intriguingly, in your current energy. And what's coming towards Cancer, please, for September. Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles. It looks to me like your hard work is paying off, Cancer. That's the very first thing that comes to mind. We pull some clarifiers. I'll go with this one. Close the window in a second. I hope it's nicer where you are today. It's absolutely grim here. I was saying to someone the other day, I want to live somewhere where I actually see the sun. Because you can go weeks at a time in the UK without seeing the sun. You just see this flat grey cloud. It's miserable. Anywho, talking about the Emperor. Ooh. The Emperor is clarified by the Emperor. And the Moon. Ooh. Tell me about the Chariot, please. 9 of Cups. What are you up to, Cancer? What about this? Tower. Wow. And Temperance. Good Lord. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please. Got the 4 of Wands. And we've got the Knight of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck for you. And I cannot tell you the extent of the goosebumps that I've got right now for you. Your hard work is paying off. That's what I heard when I saw these. But like, before we go any further, the amount of major arcana that is here on the table is absolutely astonishing. What do I have? And we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards on the table. And of the 11 cards, 3, 6, 7 of them are major arcana. This is huge. This is a really, really big month for you. Now, there's my little stick. We start off with the Emperor, Aries energy, right there. And the Emperor is associated with planning, with strategy, with taking control of a situation. And Cancer, what I feel like is that you have taken control of yourself, because the 2 clarifiers are the Emperor and the Moon. Now, the Moon is the card of Cancer. It's one of the cards of Cancer. The other card of Cancer is also on the table here. And the Moon is about those things that are hidden from us. Like the way that I read the cards, I tend to see it as our subconscious. It's kind of coming from a Jungian perspective, right? It's those bits of our subconscious that is necessarily, for the most part, hidden from us. And I think the subconscious moves something like 4 times faster than the conscious mind. And so by the time you've realized that you've got a decision to make, your subconscious has generally already made it in one way or another, right? But what's important about the presentation cards in this respect for you is that you seem to have harnessed the power of your subconscious for something. And that is no mean feat, Cancer. None whatsoever. And there have been a lot of internal battles that you have had with yourself, particularly with things like codependence, struggling with narcissistic parents, people pleasing, that kind of thing, that ever existing need to work for people's affections, right? And feeling like that is the natural order of things, and that's just how it is, and realizing that in fact that it is not, Cancer. And so whether it is because you have worked through all of these issues, certainly as they seem to have presented to you at the moment, and you've kind of cleaned up your energy quite a lot, and I can totally see that being the case, or whether you've even looked into something like hypnosis, self-hypnosis, you know, meditation, something like that. You seem to have cleaned out your internal space quite well. And it has put you in a position where you are able now to go, actually, this is what I want. You know, if we take out all of those other expectations and desires that I thought that I wanted before, when I was coming from a place of some emotional damage, right? And now I'm feeling strong, and now I'm feeling bold, and now I'm feeling empowered. This is actually what I want. And it's not at all what I thought it would be. But nevertheless, here it is. We move into your current energy, and wow, we have the Empress and we have the Chariot. There's the other card of Cancer. It's the Chariot. Shut the fucking window. I swear to God. Now, the Chariot, as well as being the card of Cancer, talks about success. It talks about victory. It talks about those things those things that come about as a result of aligning your energies properly, right? Not having any part of you working against itself to pull you off in a different direction. You know, if you've got a chariot and you've got two beasts shacked up to it, what's the word? Harnessed. There you go, harnessed up to it. If one decides to go that way while the other one's trying to go forwards, you're going to go in a big arc that way. Same if it's the other way around. If they decide that they're going to go in different directions, and I think that that's been something that you've struggled with a lot over your life, Cancer, you don't actually end up making any progress forwards at all, really, because these two beasts are trying to go this way, and maybe the Chariot's kind of like juddering forwards a little bit, but it's not a comfortable ride. And, you know, one must really ask if the charioteer is in control at all. The answer would be absolutely not. It's a card that speaks often to me of shadow work. But what I'm seeing here seems to be more a result of shadow work than a necessity for it, because you're going in a straight line now. Now, the other thing that the Chariot speaks about is the self, like everything to do with the self, self-discipline, self-motivation, self-understanding, you know, alignment of self. The removal of self-sabotage, of any of those things that would keep you from going in that straight line that you want to do. It's all about you. Doubly so, because it is you showing up here in as the card as well. You know, so not only is it you as the card of Cancer, but it is also you as in the self. And I do feel like you've changed direction a little bit. Maybe not necessarily in the 3D in any kind of material sense, but certainly the way that your mind is working is new now. It is different, and it's looking at a different kind of abundance than that which you thought that you wanted. Or maybe it's the same abundance, but you're looking at it from a different perspective now. So where, this is a really easy example, so I'm just going to throw it up. You know, where you thought a proper functioning relationship was one where you were completely obsessed with each other, and you had to, you know, work really, really hard to keep them happy, and you know, their happiness was how you measured your own self-validation. Like, that's kicked off now. Like that's not part of the equation anymore. So you may still want a good, decently functioning relationship, but now it's one where you pay attention to things like boundaries, and you know that it is not your job to pick this other person up by the scruff of the neck and keep them happy all of the time. And neither is it, you know, I've forgotten the word. Neither does it reflect badly on you. I can't remember the word, so we'll just go with that. If that person is not happy, right? You are your responsibility. Everybody else are their own responsibility. And what you would be looking for now is a healthy relationship where everybody takes care of their own shit, you know, and you bring value to each other. Like, it's just an example, but it's, you know, probably a personal one. And look what we've got down here, right? This is huge, because this is a course correction. And this course correction is in favor of what actually makes you happy. Not what you thought would make you happy a year, 2, 3 years ago, but you as a sovereign being by yourself, what makes you happy. And I think that you've taken control of a lot of your own emotional issues. and work through them, pulling down the tower as necessary and rebuilding with temperance. You know, temperance talks about conquering adversity, the peace that comes from conquering adversity and coming out the other side. You know, we see this crown in the background over the mountains there. Like, you've been through the mill, Cancer, and somehow you've managed to emerge the other end, not only in a state of personal responsibility, but also, you know, contentment and healing too. There's a great power that comes with taking care of your own shit, and I feel like that's what you've come to understand, and more than that, you come to embody. Get another card for this tower, please. Yeah. 8 of Cups. That's huge, Cancer. It's absolutely enormous. And the Sun. I mean, wow. Oh, there's another card behind that there. Knight of Wands as well. Sagittarian energy, but definitely about living more in the moment than you have done before. You know, there's no sense of living in the past here. Oh shit, I'm talking about peace, and we've got the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck there. There has been a lot that you have worked through and you have released. You know, and some people feel terrified when they see the tower. I like the tower, I really do. Sometimes it can feel deeply uncomfortable when the tower energy is hitting, but ultimately it always leads to something better, provided you don't fight it. You know, if you let it do its thing, it really does lead to something better. And we're seeing the evidence of that right here. We've got healing. We've got you having released this great weight from around your neck. It's almost like you can stand up straighter nowadays, Cancer. And we have the Sun, and we have the Knight of Wands here. Sun is a card of pure joy, of pure consciousness. It's the most positive card in the major arcana. And it always speaks to children in every depiction of the Sun. And children are pure consciousness. You know, their subconscious hasn't had a chance to start developing ways to sabotage themselves. They just are, and they're vulnerable, and it's okay. Trusting. But the alignment seems to have occurred between your subconscious and conscious mind now. So, and I do feel like it's you not tripping yourself up anymore. You've got the fuck out of your own way, Cancer, and you're really, really feeling the benefit of it. This Knight of Wands allows you to live very much in the present, be a bit more spontaneous, you know, instead of holding on to things in the past because they just don't seem to be relevant to you anymore. So what we've got coming towards you in September is the Page of Pentacles, and like I said, your hard work looks like it's starting to pay off, because this is another change of direction. I see that with the pages, all of the pages. It's like a little kink in the road. You've had your big tower moment, you've dealt with a lot of your shit, and now you've created space for something new to come in, and it's right here. And the Page of Pentacles can talk about a lot of things. It can talk about understanding your own value for the first time properly, you know. But being the Pentacles suit, it talks about the potential of a new project or a new thing of interest coming up that you can invest your Pentacles in. But it is in some way improving your material circumstances. We've got the 4 of Wands here underneath, which is the creation of a new foundation, and we have the Knight of Wands. So it feels like there's an opportunity coming in for you that it feels like it reflects the kind of feeling that you've got inside now, right? And it's like, oh, what a coincidence. It's not coincidence. You've attracted this in. You've called it in. But there's an opportunity to build something here quite long-lasting. And it does feel like it comes in sideways. It feels completely unexpected. Tell me about this 4 of Wands, please. Page of Swords again. And the Star. I mean, for some of you, it's an opportunity to study something. You know, with the Page of Swords is all about mental expansion, and then we've got the Star here. It could be something to do with technology, right? To learn a new skill that might set you up for the future. Well, we've got the Magician here, followed by the Eight of Wands. No, Eight of Pentacles, beg your pardon. I think this is new opportunities in work for you, but it's directly related to all the work that you've done on yourself, which is really, really fascinating, because you have got the toolkit to do exactly what it is. I mean, there's a possibility of some of you setting up a new business and learning on the fly that which you need to know, you know, or at least it feeling like you're learning on the fly, because the fact is you've got all the skill set that you need already. But the details can kind of take care of themselves as you go along, right? If there are new things that you need to learn, then you'll just pick them up and that's all fine. For those of you who are not looking to set up a new business, it does look like there is some way in which you are changing. No, not changing. You're taking on some sort of new challenge, but there's a great excitement with it here. Because there's the potential for this to turn into something really rather big. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Tell me anything about this Knight of Wands. Nine of Wands. King of Wands. Yeah. Chariot is at the bottom of the deck there again. Right? Not only... Oh, fucking hell. Can you just... Is the Chariot, followed by the Emperor again, right? 3 for 3. Whatever this is, it's as a direct result of work that you have done to bring it about, right? And it might not feel like that. It might feel like it's just an opportunity that's flown in from left field, but it really isn't. It really isn't. There's the possibility for learning something new, whether that is, you know, autodidactic or going into, you know, a place of learning to do something, or whether it is you learning by what you are doing. And the more I'm looking at this, I feel like it's learning by doing, because we have so many Wands cards here. It's all about the experience. It's about throwing yourself in head first and being all like, right, now I'm just gonna do this. You know, what I'm seeing is a great deal of confidence here in what you're doing, which is magnificent. I really, really like that. But I see you moving from knight to king very, very fast. And it's extremely exciting. Like, what is this that you are doing here, Cancer? It might be that it's a slightly different direction to what you had planned with all of this Emperor energy, you know, that which you had strategized for. But it's almost like you can see immediately the potential here for this to be something bigger. This is very exciting. Right, I'm going to go over to Vimeo now and pull this apart a little bit and see what this is all about. But it's all very self-directed, and extremely empowered. I love it. Right, so if you want to come and join me over there, link is in the description box. That's the first link. The second link is the 6-month overview, obviously. If not, no problem. I will see you soon. I'm really excited about this. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling like I want to do a little wiggle. Take care. Love you very much. I'll see you soon.